What's up, everyone? It's Doug the Dog Guy, and I am here doing a traveling pet sit in Bend, Oregon. I'm taking care of little Simon for a couple of weeks. We are having a blast together. And anytime I do one of these traveling pet sitting gigs or one of my long distance pet transportation jobs, I am managing my team remotely. You guys know from watching my previous videos that I have a team of over 30 pet sitters and dog walkers based in Jacksonville, Florida. And I always get questions about how I manage my business remotely and how I have my team structured. So I'm about to take Simon on a little walk around the neighborhood here, and I thought I would bring you along with us, and on the walk I will tell you about how I manage my business remotely and how my team is structured. So before we head out on our walk, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my weekly videos here on the Doug the Dog Guy YouTube channel. And if you're interested in growing your own team of pet sitters and dog walkers, you can check out my positive hiring course. It's dougthedogguy.co.hiring course. And I have specifically made this course for pet sitters and dog walkers who have never hired before, and it walks you through everything that you need to know to go from being a solo pet care provider to a team leader. So there are a lot of different pieces to the puzzle of getting your business to a point to where you can manage it remotely. You know, this is not an easy process and is not an overnight process. This is something that has taken me many years to get my business to the point to where I can be 3,000 miles away and still trust that my business isn't just running properly, but still growing without me there. But that being said, just to kind of simplify this for you guys, I think it comes down to three big important things. The first of which is your structure, how your actual business is structured overall. And then the systems that you put in place to make that structure work. And then, of course, the third and most difficult part of this is the people that you hire to put into place to bring this structure and bring these systems to life. Before we talk about each of these pieces, I want to really encourage you to start thinking of your business like a painting. Each decision that you make and each decision that you don't make is a stroke of the brush on the canvas. There are times when you need to be really up close to the canvas with a fine-tipped paintbrush and be very detailed. And then there are other times where you have to take a step back from the canvas to really look at the painting overall. If you start to think about your business this way, you'll start to see that every decision affects every other thing in your business. You know, just because you're painting something down in the bottom left corner of the canvas, that doesn't mean that you're only affecting that corner. You are affecting and changing the entire canvas. And that's how we need to think about these things in our business and the decisions that we make moving forward. So all of that being said, let's talk about the structure of your business first. As you think about how things are going to be structured, you really need to think about what the core tasks of your business truly are. So for any business, just in general, you need a leader at the top of the pyramid, you know, the visionary, and who's actually going to make the hard decisions when it comes down to it. And then at the bottom of your pyramid, you have your service providers, your actual pet sitters and dog walkers. But then somewhere in between the top of the pyramid and the bottom of the pyramid, you need an emergency backup. You need somebody that can do invoicing. You need somebody that can do marketing. You know, there's all kinds of different hats that have to be worn and all these different tasks that have to be done in our business. And if you're watching this and you're still a solo pet care provider, you're wearing all of these hats and fulfilling all of these roles yourself. But of course, that won't be the case as your business grows. It can't be the case as your business grows. It's not feasible for anyone to do everything forever. I just had to stop and show you guys this view really quick. It is absolutely beautiful. I believe this is Broken Top Mountain. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but the clouds have been covering up this mountain the last couple days, so I couldn't see it on our walks, and we just have the perfect view on today's walk. So I'll tell you, my current structure with 30 employees is me at the top as CEO, and as CEO, I am also the CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer. So I do all of our marketing. And then right below me, we have a full-time operations manager. She's in charge of overseeing all of our day-to-day operations. And when the team really needs leadership and guidance on day-to-day things, that's where she steps in. And as the operations manager, she's also in charge of really making sure that we are achieving the goals that I set for us as a business. And she is in charge of hiring and onboarding new employees. Then below our operations manager, we have two of what we call our pack leaders, which is essentially like a supervisor type of role. And these two people do the scheduling and the invoicing, and they act as the emergency backup. And then below our pack leaders, we have all of our pet sitters and dog walkers. But all of our pet sitters and dog walkers are not the same. We actually use a 5-tier system where everyone starts as a tier 1 pet sitter and dog walker, and then over time they are given more responsibilities and given raises until eventually they reach tier 5. And our tier 5 team members, since they have been with us the longest, they actually get the most hours, they get the best clients, and when we need help at like a local event, somebody to run like our vendor booth, or we need somebody to go drop off flyers at an animal hospital, anything like that, our tier 5 team members are doing those types of duties. And then just kind of working down the tier system, our tier 1 team members, you know, those are people that are within their 90-day probationary period. They're still getting trained and comfortable. And then, you know, you have a couple tiers in between there. And like I said, as they work up this tier system, they get a little pay increase, they get more responsibilities, and they get more hours. Now, like I said, if you're still a solo pet care provider, you are doing all of these roles yourself, you know, and you are wearing all of these hats. That's how we all start out. And you're not going to immediately go out and hire an operations manager and pack leaders and, you know, all of this stuff. It's going to take time for you to grow into that. You'll probably start with just like a part-time dog walker and pet sitter to help you with the services, and then maybe you can bring on like a part-time admin person to help you with some of the daily administrative tasks like scheduling and things like that. But it's just important for you to have this overall structure outlined ahead of time. You don't want to start growing your business and then, you know, be fully in the swing of things and then start trying to figure all of this out. You know, it'll really benefit you to go ahead and outline what kind of structure you want for your team ahead of time. That way your team can slowly grow into that structure instead of you scrambling and trying to figure out what the structure is as you go. And in no means am I saying that my structure is the right way to do things or the only way to do things. Every business has a little bit different structure and a little bit different way of doing things, and that is totally fine. You know, my structure has changed a lot over the years, but I'm just telling you what is currently working the best for me and my business. I can tell you that with this structure, I am able to be 3,000 miles away from my business and take care of dogs like Simon here in Bend, Oregon. You know, this structure means that Nothing ever falls through the cracks. My operations manager is there to always lead the team and guide them and be general oversight. Then my pack leaders are handling all of those admin tasks. And then this tiered system with our actual pet sitters and dog walkers actually really helps ensure that our clients are getting the right team members with the right skill sets. Once you have your structure in place, then you need systems to actually make your structure work properly. You know, you can't just tell somebody, be my operations manager, be my pack leader. They have to know what to do, when to do it, and most importantly, how to do it. And that's where your systems come into place here. So I have a manual for my admin team that walks them through exactly what I want them to do and how I would do it myself. These are things as simple as how to answer the phone, you know, how to onboard a new client. All of these types of things I have put in writing with step-by-step instructions and even scripts, you know, word by word scripts that they can follow in some of these conversations that they'll be having. And this is how I ensure that things are always being done exactly how I would do them. I actually have a couple different videos here on the YouTube channel showing you how you can create systems for your own business. So I'll link those videos down in the description below. But honestly, you know, I made those videos a couple of years ago, and I can tell you that now in 2025, ChatGPT and AI in general can be a great help to making your SOPs and writing these manuals for your team. ChatGPT obviously doesn't know exactly how you would want a specific task done, but it can make a really good outline for this manual for you to get started. And then of course, like I said earlier, it's not just about having a structure and systems for the structure. You have to have people to put into the roles that are in your structure. Finding the right people is by far the hardest part of all of this. You know, you have to have people that have the right skill set and the right personality. And even more important than that, you have to make sure that you have people with the right morals and the right values. You can train anybody on how to answer a phone or how to walk a dog, how to clean a litter box, but you'll never be able to train them on how to have good, upstanding moral values. That's something that you can't train. And that is what you primarily have to look for as you are interviewing people. And there is kind of a science and an art to crafting your job ads to attract these types of applicants. And then there's a science and an art to going about the interview process to weed out the wrong people and hone in on the right people. And then once you've found those right people, there is an art and a science to onboarding them and training them and creating the right company culture and retaining them long term. This side of things is so much more difficult than deciding on a structure and coming up with your systems. And that's why I have created the Positive Hiring course. You know, I've been in business for 10.5 years now. I made my first hire about 9 months into the business. So over the last 10 years, I have hired and led over 150 different people. I currently have a team of 30 pet professionals, and I've learned it all the hard way, and I've put all of my lessons and everything that I wish I would have known in the beginning into this course. That way you don't have to make the same mistakes that I've made over the years. So if you have a team, I would love for you to drop a comment down below and tell us all how your team is currently structured. Let's compare and contrast your structure to my structure. And if you don't have a team yet, drop a comment down below and tell us what you think your ideal structure would be. I think it'll be really interesting to get everybody's thoughts and ideas flowing in the comments. And again, if you're interested in growing a team and learning more about everything that I talked about in today's video, you can go check out the Positive Hiring course at dougthedogguy.co purposefully.com/hiring course. It is all pre-recorded, so you can go through it at your own pace. You can enroll anytime, and I'm constantly adding to the course, and you get access to all of my future editions for no extra charge. And you get access to a private Facebook group with all of the course students in there, so we can all really help each other, support each other, root each other on, and share our ideas together. I hope this video has been helpful. I'm Doug the Dog Guy, this is Simon, and we are reminding you to stay positive.